Paige here with m.a.b.e.l, and the video you're about to watch is a recap of our Yubinuki experience with Atelier Ricca in Kyoto, Japan. We were there November 2023 for a workshop with Ricca-san. And Ricca-san is a sort of a thread artist, and what she has focused her work on are Yubinuki, which are traditional Japanese thimbles. They are made of kimono scraps around a base, and then similar to temari balls, there's a series of wrapping and turning around the base to create the thimble. The thimbles were typically made at New Year's time, and the women would gather and make their thimbles for a year of sewing. But now, again, it's more decorative. And what we ended up doing was stringing our thimbles with a hand-painted bead on a chain to make a necklace. And it was really, really a fun experience. The work is very fine. The threads are really small or thin, and the needle is also quite thin, and the threads are silk. So that was, I think, fun to do after our temari experience, because that was a cotton thread with a larger surface to work on the ball. These were silk threads on a silk-based ring, so it was easier to go to do that finite work, or that fine work, after working the temari. So, but you can see the resulting necklace, and I have to say I wear this quite often. It's a nice way to remember my trip to Japan. We will be returning to Atelier Ricca in the fall of 2024 in November on our next Japan craft tour, and I hope you're able to join us. So we're at Atelier Ricca. We are working on our Yubinuki. Yubinuki are traditional Japanese thimble, and here are some antique thimbles. They were traditionally made from leftover scraps of kimono fabric and kimono threads, and then the women would make new ones in the new year for like their year of sewing. These are just beautiful. Wow. So it involves wrapping around a base, and the bases were created for us, and we picked two colors to do the wrapping around, and then we are going to either make them into keychains or necklaces. So it's very minute work. Yes. It is not difficult, but it is very small scale, and I don't know, I feel like once you get the hang of the turning and the wrapping, you can do a lot of things with this. So you can see that the work we are doing was very, very fine, and sometimes we would make mistakes, but Ricca-san, our instructor, was super patient with us, and you can see from the video that she showed us how we could unpick our mistakes. The needle is really fine, and you're able to just slip it in there and undo the stitches that you had just made, and then rethread the needle and continue in the correct direction. Some of the other things that Ricca-san does at her studio are these temari ball earrings, made out of silk though, not cotton. And they're just so pretty.
The threads that we worked with were silk threads. Ricca-san had over 200 colors on display. Needless to say, it took us quite a while to pick the colors that we wanted to use. After finishing the Yubinuki, we added a hand-painted bead and a gold chain and walked away with necklaces.
So today at Atelier Ricca, we made Yubinuki, which we then strung into necklaces. And Yubinuki are the traditional Japanese thimbles. We used 2 colors on top of the base and did a series of winding with knots to create these. And this is Ricca from Atelier Ricca, and we had so much fun. It took a little bit of time to get used to working with something so small, but we had a really successful, everybody was very happy with their necklaces.